bespoke, the meaning of, is if you were to look it up right now in Google or through the Webster Dictionary, the proper meaning of bespoke is creating made-to-order goods. Okay, so it's not readily made yet, which the suits, your shirt, trousers, suit, that's everything we do. Also the shoes, we also make shoes, bespoke. Now, in a sartorial definition, sartorial meaning more of a handcrafted product, is that it is 100% skin measurements in this industry. That's what it means. In our process, there's 32 measurements that we take from wrist, total arm. If you have any discrepancies in your with your shoulder balance, posture, these are all measurements that we take, 32 of them, to determine to actually create the paper pattern for your jacket, for your shirt, trousers, suits, all that stuff. It's very important, and it's also it's the next level up from just buying readily made goods. You can buy something off the rack, take it to the tailor or take it to someone who does alterations, and they'll chop it up. Hopefully it comes out good. But our process with true bespoke, which a lot of guys in my industry aren't doing, they do what's called made to measure. Every single designer store that you go to, whether it's, I'm not going to name any, but any designer store that you go to, like let's say in the mall, it's a made to measure process that has a lot of limitations. This brings us back to why it's so important for the way that you dress. Going bespoke with what we do really takes it up to the next level. With bespoke, we can hide things. Okay, so we're going to go into what I call the commandments for bespoke in a second, but if you're not well proportioned, you're a bigger guy or a bigger lady, there's certain things that we can do with bespoke that hides certain things. Let's say if you have a big waist, so we can shorten the side panels to give you more curvature, more shape in the waist. There are hundreds of things that we can do with this type of process, and that's why we're so successful with it. I want to go over real quick what I call the commandments for your first bespoke suit. What you should really be thinking about when you do bespoke for the first time. You should really follow this process, and you can actually go to gentrow.com and go to, in our navigation, the Gentworthy blog, and you could read about this also. The first one, I wrote it down here. So the first one is that you have to admit, that you don't know everything about it. Maybe you've been buying clothes for 30 years plus, whatever it is. You really don't know you're not the tailor. You're not a tailor. Tailor's like a doctor, right? And my guys that go out to you to do this for a living, they're trained to do this. I go out to do it, I'm trained to do this. Been doing it for over 10 years now. These guys, including myself, we're trained to do this. We're trained to put you in palettes of color that really look great with your complexion, that also look good with your, we're also trained to put you in certain silhouettes of the garment, of a suit or a jacket. So if you have fragile shoulders, maybe you're an older guy with smaller shoulders, big belly, there's a certain garment, there's a certain canvassing structure that we're going to put in there to make you look better. That's something you can't get at a department store or some designer store or retailer, most retailers out there. So the first one is, find an expert. May not be us, but go find an expert that is going to help you determine these things, what's going to look best for you when having a garment made or having something made for yourself. It's very important because you're going to waste a lot of money. When you're buying clothing, you're really looking at this as an investment. Because like I said, when you're wearing something that you love, that you know looks great on you, you're getting compliments, that positivity is going to flow through you and you're going to succeed at whatever it is you want to succeed at. And all those areas I gave you earlier with the dating, your friendships, meeting new people. Say you're networking and you have a special event, you're trying to grow your business. If you're wearing something that is pleasing to the eye of other people, you kind of attract that conversation. If you want to learn more, click the button below and let us take your style to a whole new level.